everyone, and thank you so much for joining this episode of CT Tech Talks. We're so excited to not only have one of our members of our sales team on, Sam Barron, but actually one of his partners. I'm Madison Doner, our partner marketing strategist here, and I'm so excited to jump into it all. Sam and Chris, how are you guys?
Excellent. Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Sam, I'll let you introduce yourself and then give us an introduction to Chris, and Chris could take it away.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm Sam Barron. I'm one of the senior directors here at CallTower. I've been with the company for almost 11 years, been in the UCaaS and CCaaS space since then, providing various types of services for our customers out there, all the way down to Microsoft Teams, Webex calling, and we also do some stuff with Zoom now. So we're excited to have you guys on and listen to the podcast. Chris, I'll let you take it over.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Madison. First of all, super excited to be here. Anytime I can help, companies like you guys evangelize what you're doing and get your name out, the more the better. My name is Chris Checksfield. I'm Senior Vice President of Sales and Strategy at AmpliX. Been here for about 2 years, but before that, I owned my own agency, Net7 Solutions, and been in the channel and in the business for about 15 years now.
We're super excited to be doing so much with AmpliX this year, 2025. We're really partnering together, so we cannot wait to see all the successes for the future. But already, in the past, Chris, you've worked with Sam on a number of deals. You've seen that success yourself. Talking to you previously, you said, CallTower isn't just a one-trick pony. Would love to kind of hear a little bit more about that and our partnership. What keeps you coming back to work with us?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I would say to that is in the complex world of voice over IP and unified communications and contact center, you guys really stand out for the same reason that we stand out as a trusted advisor. We come to the table for complex projects, and we don't just have a single bid. We've got multiple platforms that we can represent that can fill the need for whatever customer we're talking to. And every time I talk to CallTower, you guys are bringing in new technology, right? You have your own platform that you've built, CT Cloud Connect. You have, relationships with what Sam was talking about with Microsoft and Zoom and Cisco. And it feels like you guys are really an extension of the trusted advisor community because you just have so many relationships and so many options so that not every square peg is fit into a round hole.
Sam, what is, can you walk us through some successful deals that you and Chris have done together, and, what made us stand out to, Chris and, the end customer?
Yeah. So what's cool about AmpliX is, like Chris was explaining earlier, is they have a lot of different unified communications and contact center platforms that they can bring to the table. A lot of the time when they bring CallTower into the mix, it's for specific reasons, right? Whether their customers on Office 365, or maybe they have a Cisco call manager that they want to replace, or they just have traditional telephony services of some sort that they're looking to kind of cloudify or move to the next, technology forward solution. So when Chris and the AmpliX team bring us into opportunities, we really take like a consultative approach, and Chris and his team do as well. But really what we look at is kind of the whole scheme of the project and what the customer's looking for as far as functionality goes. A great example is Chris just brought us an opportunity where the customer had a call manager within their environment, and they also were using Microsoft Teams. So with that type of customer, they have kind of two different solutions that we could position. We could position a cloud-based Cisco solution to replace their call manager and maybe leverage some of their Cisco phones that they have, but they were also using Microsoft Teams as the end user facing application that they wanted to use for all forms of communication in their business. So originally when we got brought that opportunity, we were thinking Teams Operator Connect was a perfect fit there, but they had so many Cisco phones out there. And what we did is we actually leveraged a Webex calling environment for them and tied that telephony into Microsoft Teams. So what it allowed them to do is it allowed them to still use that application, meaning Microsoft Teams is the front-facing user application. But then we also leverage that Webex calling backbone to allow the customer to use those Cisco phones out there that they wouldn't really be able to use that nicely in just a native Teams world. So it's things like that we coordinate and consult with the AmpliX folks as well as the end user customer to make sure we're positioning the right solution versus, like Chris said, trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, right?
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
And Chris, how has our partnership impacted, your ability to, achieve goals, serve your customers better? Is there a specific moment, that stands out to you that was impactful for a deal, whether it be integrations or just, figuring out a solution to a problem that you guys thought you already had solved?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I would say there hasn't been a singular moment, right? There hasn't been an aha moment. But what's amazing about working with Chuck, Fanuff, and Sam and team is that you get professionals front and center with customer deals. In the world of unified communications, a handful of years ago, it was filled with strategic sellers. In today's world, a lot of these platforms, whether you guys wholesale them or not, but a lot of these platforms, these tier one platforms, these Gartner Magic Quadrant leaders, their salespeople don't really have a lot of understanding of the marketplace, and they're constantly bringing in engineers. What I like about working with Sam and Chuck is that they can answer 95% of the questions that a customer might have, which makes it very comfortable for us to engage with them on complex projects, because answers come about really quickly without a lot of delays.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. Sam, is there anything you want to add to that, or add to the discussion?
Yeah, no, I think to Chris's point too. And first off, appreciate the recognition, Chris, right? It's been great working with you guys for, I don't even know how long I've been working with you now, almost 10 years probably.
Yeah, at least.
But it's been a good partnership, exactly what Chris was mentioning, right? Instead of trying to just position one solution to the customer, because we have multiple options there, during the pre-sales process, what we do is we really dive in with the customer and figure out exactly what they're using from a telephony perspective and what feature requirements they have. So then that way, when we get to the proposal and we actually position a solution, it's really a fit for the customer's needs. Although a lot of these customers are pretty similar as far as what they're looking for, where the differences come is all these businesses act, similarly or do similar things from a communication perspective, but they might be doing things a little bit differently than some of the, competitive products out there, or some of their competitors, or just some, industry differences when it comes to what they're doing from a, communication perspective. So we're able to consult with the customer and dive in with them and make sure we're positioning the right solution. So then that way, as an end result, that customer is stickier for the AmpliX team, and there's less headaches for when they, cut over after implementation and we go to support the solution. We know that during the pre-sales process, we did our due diligence, so we're really positioning that right solution, right? And I think that's where we've had really good success with the AmpliX team, and I think, Chris has told us on this podcast as well. It just helps with our success in general and helps keep a happy customer.
You know what's great about working with these guys, and it's very simple, is you guys are patient. A lot of these projects take forever, right? Think about how long that project took that we were working on, Sam, that you mentioned. That was a year, probably a year and a half. And there was no artificial timeline that you guys created. There was no, artificial adjustment to pricing. You guys understand that business takes a while, and you're here to support us being customer facing to your product. So it's very different than what we see in some of your competitors, and it's a much easier business model for us to really get comfortable with. So thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Chris, is there anything you want to add? I think that ended it on a great note there.
Keep growing, keep diversifying. I see what you're doing internationally. There's not a lot of really good solution providers in this space internationally. I think the ones that you're bringing on that are very strategic in nature. So, looking forward to the next generation of what CallTower can do for us.
Absolutely. So much more to come. We just keep growing. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Chris. And thank you for watching this. Again, if you are interested in being a partner or seeing how CallTower can help you, click the link below in the video description and we can help you out. Thanks so much, guys.